So, some couple of days ago, Cynthia Omowunwo Adebanjo came out and she fed the public through one of the podcasts this emotion and all of that shenanigan. She said her own side of what she wants people to hear, and 90% of what she talked about was focused and centered on Mohbad's father. Obviously, since Mohbad's father is the one who is against what Mohbad's mother, and probably those who are vested, those those who want to make money, make gain, or whatever it is from the demise of Mohbad, and family members that said, calm down, what we have is enough for us to share, meaning all that Mohbad has accrued is enough. So if it is money that you are looking for, and that statement itself can be divided into two ways, but that's not what I want to talk about right now, because what you're about to hear, it is deep. It is deep. This is fire for fire. All of what Cynthia said, I want to call it confession, because in between her utterances, there are certain things that she said that people horned on. Now, she came to the second media talk show. Now, it is not a man asking questions, it's a woman. A lot of questions were asked. They gave her the opportunity to express herself and for the public to draw conclusion. There are certain things that we may never know, at least for now, because we cannot compare and contrast it. There is nothing for us to compare it with. We cannot get a particular video or get a particular, let's say in quote, evidence for us to compare and contrast some things. But there are certain things that common sense, even if it is not common sense can process it. Yes. And I want you to take that, your thinking cap on. I want you to put it on. Because what you're about to hear, what you're about to see, what we are going to flow with here is something that is extraordinary. It is deep. This is serious. The worst that can ever happen to any human being is for you to fall prey to your family, fall prey to those that you called friends and colleague. Unfortunately, it seems Mohbad got himself surrounded by these people. Family, relationship, a lot of terrible things, and he was so weak, he could not make certain decisions himself. Was he under a spell? Well, I don't know. But the thing is this, regardless, he is not alive, and it's our duty, we are duty bound to make sure that he gets justice, because justice for one is justice for all. And you don't need to be unalived before you begin to walk the walk of justice, or for justice to be gotten for you. Ladies and gentlemen, you are in for a big one. This is explosive. This is deep. This is what I call bombshell. Please like, share, tap on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Returning subscribers and those that have been here, I say a very big thank you to you. And to those that have tapped on the thanks button, the one with the love icon, the last time in the middle of it, may God bless you. May God replenish your pockets. May your pockets never run dry. If you like what we do here, you can also smash on that button that says thanks. Let's get right into it.
The problem is just about family dispute.
Okay.
Yeah. The problem is more like a competition between him and Liam.
Between your father-in-law and yours.
ọmọ tó bá ti jábàálẹ̀ náà láti age 10 á ṣe ọ̀rọ̀ sọ gbogbo ètò fi jẹ́ kó lọ́pọlọ wọ́n ti fi gba virginity ń jẹ́ ẹ̀ gbọ́. The competition is between him. The competition is between Baba and Papa Lulu. Let me tell you something for free today. You know I don't lie. I bring it unscripted, unfiltered. I bring it raw. Let me tell you this today. I have been meeting people in my life. I don't know Baba Mohbad. And you all know me. If he messes up tomorrow, I will drag him. I might not drag him publicly, but I will stand to tell him the truth. And he respects me for that. Yeah? Now, I'm only talking to the sensible ones now. You said Baba Mohbad is competing with Papa Lulu. Yeah? If Baba Mohbad doesn't want Papa Lulu in Mohbad's life, remember you said it. We didn't know about it. You said it, and I quote. You said, when I was looking for pregnancy, Baba took me to different orioke to pray. Have you forgotten that if Baba doesn't want that child to come, if Baba wants to compete with that child because of property, Baba will not take you to orioke? Am I making sense? Eba mi something that makes sense. She said it. We don't know about it. So, if Baba knew that Papa Lolo's birth will destroy things, Baba will not take you to be praying for pregnancy. And you said it. You said you were very close with Baba. So why will Baba now bring in the child and he will be competing with you? But you just came for this interview to throw Baba under the bus, thinking Baba is going to be bullied like the first time you did when Mohbad died. Let me bust your bubble. No matter the lies, we will love that man more because he's the only one in that family that is seeking true justice. Every other seekers in that family, they are non-entities. They are lies. Sorry, let me quickly charge my phone.
And a lot happened, and my father-in-law wanted.
Is it in-law or in-law? Ashana, you can't even make a clear pronunciation. It is in-law. You are using I to call H. In-law. My father, in-law. Hey, Mohbad. Odawa la ile to wasalo. Oh, but you confess wala Mohbad. Èmi ò mọ̀ pé báyé ṣe máa rí ni o. Tèmi bá mọ̀ Mohbad. Ìpè ayé ni mo pè Mohbad o. Padà wá kó wá mú nǹkan ẹ o. Àwa ò fẹ́ lè yo. A ò fẹ́ kó lọ. Àwa ò fẹ́ o. Àwa ò fẹ́ kó lọ. Papa Lolo and 2 properties. She can't hide it. Did you all listen to her? She has mentioned properties. The topic of this interview. Property. Londaruko. This is the reason. She have no youthful life. All her plan was buy Mohbad and take away the properties. I'm always saying it to you all. If Ashana and her courts, if they knew this is where justice for Mohbad is going to end, they wouldn't have done it. He called Mohbad. He called Mohbad. Because they didn't want... Look at this girl. She said she called Baba Mohbad one day to ask him, what have I done? Ashana, I am putting it to you now, which I've always said. Even the buy of Mohbad, if it was intentional, there's an adage that says in Yoruba, use the right hand to wash the left hand. That is when the hand will be clean. For tun we o si, for si we otun, ohun lowo fi mo. If you had called Baba Mohbad, I've told you all, I have the opportunity to be very close to Baba. Baba lo mu ile aye easy ju. Baba is the most simplest person. That was why they were able to take his son away from him. That was why they were able to buy his son and still lying to his face. For you to know how simple this man can be. Look at what this girl is saying now. Have you forgotten this girl called Baba? Look at how she's twisting everything. She said she called Baba to ask Baba, what have I done? What has my son and myself done to you? This girl, please, we need all the video she calls Baba. We need to send it to Jude. Remember this girl? Do you see the story she turned there? She called Baba to curse Baba, to lay curses on Baba. I will play that video when I finish. She called Baba to lay curses on Baba, but now she came to Truth interview and said she called Baba to say, what did we do to you? If you had called Baba to talk like this, I swear with my living God, Baba would have, soft pedal. Eya Kesare play. 1 second. 1 second. Give me 1 minute, please.
My people.
Can you hear that? Will she have the audacity to call Baba to be laying curses on her? On him? Eba Misoro. Let's assume Baba they are not in good terms, which I know she was lying. Because when she got to the burial ground, she went to kneel down and Baba prayed for her. Baba prayed for her and hugged her. Yeah? She had the audacity to call Baba to disrespect him because she knew let me say it for the English-speaking people. She know her hand has touched the sword. She's now waiting for somebody that will take it from her. Look at this tweet. She said Baba was defaming her son and herself. Please, I want you all to be truthful. Let's be truthful with ourselves, please. I don't want to support anybody now. I want to be real on this interview. And I know many of you, your memory is still intact. It is only Olule Nation that their memory is lost. Yeah? When Mohbad died, who started the defamation of character? Please, I want you all to talk. It took Baba almost 2 months before he could grant an interview with BBC Yoruba. Am I communicating? This lady started the defamation. She was jumping from pillar to post, tagging Baba as a killer, tagging Baba that Baba killed Mohbad because of the property. Can you all remember? And saying Baba buried him. Baba took him to burial ground without making autopsy, without checking what killed Baba. Can you all remember? This girl and Darosha. Can you all remember? I was the one that came out I came for Baba. I castigated him. I insulted that man. Can you all remember? This girl manipulated the whole Nigerians and made everybody to dislike that man with passion. Baba never said a word to show you how fatherly this man can be. But when the lies started getting more and more, thank God for BBC Yoruba, they went to Baba and grant that one interview. That was where Baba said his truth. And from that 2 years ago, when Baba did that first interview, up till today, Baba's words has never changed.
Take Liam to my mother-in-law's place on the highland. That means that is my husband rented apartment.
Right.
That was not supposed to bring him over to meet him in a Ikorodu because himself and my mother-in-law, they are not in good things.
Right.
You know, he was just trying to manipulate me.
Yes,
so
yes.
you know.
So if
Chembo, do you know what she was saying there? Please, all my Yoruba people, I know the Igbos, the Hausas, they do that as well. The first a son died, and Iya Mohbad, Onikaba children, she wanted to mourn. Is she supposed to go to Mohbad's house? No, let's be real. If they wanted to come and greet her, she was supposed to be with Baba Mohbad. I know they are not in good terms. So, therefore, Iya Mohbad was supposed to be in her own house so that people can go and greet her there. Not the other way around. Iya Mohbad went to Mohbad's house. She ate bokoto. She ate shaki. She ate snail. And she said she was mourning. They give her a imam's clothes to wear. One fún láṣọ aṣọ àfáà kó wọ̀, ó lóun ṣopó, ó wọṣọ dúdú, ẹ bá wá Naira Marley o. Ìyá Mohbad, ẹjọ́ ń bẹ lọ́run. Ìkàbọ̀yà láìyá Naira Marley lójú. Ẹ jẹ́ kán fún mi níbì kan. Ẹ má sọ fún mi pé ó nà. Ṣé rí nínà yẹn is a normal way of life for all these celebrities. It's because ipe wọ́n gbé jáde. Let me burst your bubble. Look at one of these royal àwọn baálẹ̀, má jẹ́ pé royal, ìtorí oyè Elégùṣì ju tiẹ̀ lọ, baálẹ̀ nìyẹn. Did you see that video? It came up online. There was a baálẹ̀ in one of these local Berigbe area. He was maltreating one of his chiefs. Can you remember? The man was leaning down. He was cursing that man, cursing his children. Can you remember? Can you all remember? Now, let's be sincere with ourselves. Iya Mohbad lost a child. All those commissioners, all the people going to Mohbad's house to visit them, it is not the way it should be. She's supposed to be in her house and they'll be coming to visit her. That is what this girl is manipulating children now. If I don't watch any podcast, if I don't watch any interview, I always purposely search for your interviews. You messed up, Chud. You are not a good interviewer. What happened why we heard Baba went to the police station. They refused this man a death certificate. Baba said after three hours, they sent him out. You know, unique questions. Questions that Nigerians, the world, have been craving to hear. Look at this nitwit. He left all those important questions. He's asking about Iya Mohbad and Baba Mohbad's relationship. What has that got to do with me? Chud, Agumaniye.
You know, then I apologized to him.
Okay.
Yeah, I apologized. Told him I was sorry. That I would bring him over to him.
When was this?
That was I think 3 weeks after my husband's demise. Then it was like I started going out.
Mumbo, Emma Binu. Emma Shabinu, John.
You know, to make things calm. Then I asked him again, like, what happened? Why are you doing this to me? Then he responded by saying, he's sure that a lot of people would have called me to tell me what he wants. And truly, a lot of people called me. My dad, my mother-in-law, my husband's friend, and few people we have around literally called me to tell me what he wants. And you know, he told my father, whatever that belongs to my husband, I know that I have access to, that I should make sure that I hand over everything to him, including the landed property, God for Liam. So I told.
You see, the truth is coming out. You remember they said Mohbad had a will. Can you see what she's saying now? She said, including the landed property, Mohbad got for Liam. Mohbad is a little boy, a 26-year-old boy that just started his life. He never thought he was going to die. So why is he putting every of his property in Papa Lolo's name if there was not a hidden agenda? Remember they told us Mohbad does not know how to sign. He's always, they sent Mohbad Tom Prince to sign. It was when we all came out and dragged them. That was when they said they didn't say that. In a celebrity, they made him to turn his eyes against his father. The father said, and I quote, and you heard him. Baba said, the highest money Mohbad gave him was 100,000 that went to his account. That they should check his account. That Mohbad never gave him 500,000 in his life. And Mohbad will leave his father. That they were roofing, making colo, making apoti, and strive hard to see Mohbad through the schools. He will now leave him and start buying land for Maria, be like Marita. Iboloti Gboyuwa, like it transformer. Make it make sense. No. We look in the house before we name the child. Ebi pa won ya o pa baba e. O pa gbogbo ẹbí ẹ̀. Àwa fi wọ́n sílẹ̀ ṣá. Àwa lọ máa ra ilẹ̀ fún Papa Lolo, Ashana Mohbad has no land in Ekiti. Omo, you can't make it happen. Mohbad has no land. Don't forget that they have lied on Baba that Baba is building a house in Ekiti. That is what she's trying to establish here. Mohbad has no... Why will Mohbad... No, make it make sense. Why will Mohbad go and buy land in Ekiti? In this computer age, Mohbad has never been to Ekiti. You can call Baba Mohbad and ask. It is only Baba Mohbad that is always going to Ekiti. And Baba Mohbad, the sumole to ye. She wants to carry Baba Mohbad is sumole ni. Kodeki ya je to ye. Baba Mohbad go really lole. Our fi Mohbad stress. I will now call Mohbad. Ofi gbogbo property to wa Leko sile. He will now go to Ekiti to buy land. Why is this girl lying? Why is this girl lying? Does she think she's saying the truth? Mohbad will leave Eko. He will now go and buy land in Ekiti. Mohbad has no land in Ekiti. Let's continue.
That belongs to Liam.
Right.
Then he was like, I shouldn't question him, that is what he wants.
Have you noticed, everyone? For the past 10 minutes, I've been playing this thing. This girl has not given us a tangible reason for Mohbad's spy. She has not given us a clue to what happened on that bad night of 11th. All what she has been saying for the good 10 minutes is properties. Even Chud, as tall as he is, his thinking is under his feet. He couldn't even, ask question that the world is dying to hear.
He said it in Yoruba. I don't know if you understand Yoruba.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so he said, lawyer promise tí mo pè pé kó gbé kan kó fún mi ní nǹkan ọmọ mi tó bá mi sọ wípé ó bí wọn ṣé ọmọ mi náà fẹ́ máa lẹ̀ fún mi ni. Like I don't know if I can translate it in English. So he actually said he like what effort does my lawyer
does your lawyer have?
My husband's lawyer has. He requested for his son's properties, and he was telling him that he has a son. So like who is his grandchild to start asking him to start dictating what he wants?
That's why you talk about the competition between
exactly.
him and the grandchild.
Yeah.
So he said to his son's lawyer, who is the grandchild,
to
challenge him
exactly
on Mohbad's
my husband's property. Yeah. But like this is one thing that most people do not know, and I was not even given the chance to talk. So I was not given the chance to say.
Look at this tweet. She said I was not given the chance to talk. Ashana, you caused Baba. You told Abu Ebel. You came on one of this host line with Abu Ebel. You went to Abu Ebel to come and beg them not. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nigerians, with this lover. You now said you don't have any opportunity to talk. So after, Ashana, you don't need anybody to talk. The last time I checked, social media said, what is in your mind? Ashana, you can always put on your social media on Instagram and talk. But you never did. You are not supposed to wait for up to this, going to 2 years. So this is now when you had the opportunity. Every night you're always going on TikTok to manipulate your speakers. To manipulate, to lie on people. You're always talking on TikTok, Ashana. Stop playing. Spare me your fuckery. Spare me your fuckeries. You're always talking. You have never kept quiet. You are always talking. Can you listen to what she said? She said, without hearing anything from him, people had crucified her. Ashana, I will revert your memory to my first video. I supported you. I fought your battle. I came for Baba Mohbad very hard. I cursed him. I called him all sorts of names. I supported you, Ashana. Expecting you to come out and talk. You said without seeing... Ashana, you put an update. Even VDM was the first person to put out, to analyze your updates. Yet, people never listen to VDM. Mohbad died, you put 8 updates. After the updates, you said, they've taken him. Take your trophy. Wait. Does she know the meaning of low self-esteem? She doesn't know. You, Mohbad died. You put on wig. your sister said, Omiyale, she said, and I quote, she said, I will be honest with Nigerians. When you all were mourning Mohbad, she was dressing up, she was going out. Am I lying? Omiyale was there for 3 weeks, 1 month when Mohbad died. Bad. And you said you have no self-esteem. You have no self-esteem. You are going to Belashmuda's house every day.
They speak on things that really matters. Yes.
This girl can lie?
That is one thing that has been causing the whole issue. The fact that Liam is in the picture.
Yeah. This is his grandchild.
Can you listen? She said the fact that Liam is in the picture, that is what is causing the brouhaha between her and Baba. And I revert your memory to what I said earlier on, and I quote, if Papa Lolo was the problem, Baba will not be taking you to Orioke to pray for Papa Lolo to come to life. But that morning, you never for one day missed Mohbad. You never for one day regretted fighting Mohbad. Makes sense to me. All what you have been asking is about father-in-law, mother-in-law, father-in-law. Honestly, Chud, if I was in Nigeria, I will write the Association of Journalism to withdraw your license. You are not worthy to be called a journalist.
Yeah. And 2, he has questioned whether your husband is a father
Of my child.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the first one, you know, I know that as far back as 2003, if I remember correctly, a popular actress had gone online and confirmed that you guys were married, you know.
Yeah.
What's the exact status of that marriage taking? Because I think that's the first thing your father-in-law
I spoke about, yeah, it was a traditional marriage, like,
right.
Yeah.
Which is recognized under the law.
Of course it is.
Right, so
She said it was a traditional marriage. And Chud said, which is recognized under the law. Shudu, Sheimo State, not recognized them. Because I remembered vividly when Ashana went to court to tell the judge, that was the first day Ashana went to court after the first time she went for the inquest, yeah? She went to court to tell the judge that she doesn't want DNA to be done, number 1. And she went to court for something. Can you all remember? The judge told us categorically that as far as she's concerned, because you are not married legally, you are married traditionally, go back to your father-in-law to settle the route, to settle the scores. Can you hear? She said the introduction, Baba made it possible. She said, left to me, myself and Mohbad, we wanted to live our life without a marriage, without anything. Ashana, initially you wanted that. But when you saw that, you came into Mohbad's life to milk him, to ridicule him, and you had your plans. You quickly brought in that Papa Lolo, and you had an introduction. You are now telling me Baba made it happen. We need evidence. Because you were not deaf. When Baba came on my chat and said, because you were pregnant for Mohbad, they need to do something. That was when the introduction came up. And when Baba got to the introduction, come and tell us that Baba lied that Asho, okay, the filler you made for Mama Mohbad, Baba Mohbad, was not an emergency. Baba said it, you were not deaf. Why didn't you debunk it on your bloggers platform? You never debunked it. Baba said he got there because you were pregnant for Mohbad. You allegedly said you were pregnant for Mohbad. And Baba said in Yoruba land, they will want to introduce family to family. That was the reason for the introduction at the Nigeria with just the father and mother. Baba said, if I had known that it was an engagement, I would have gone with my families. Baba went there alone because they had to do that introduction because she was pregnant. Let's continue. And now, she's stating that Baba initiated the introduction.
I was 23 when I got pregnant. So he was the one coming to us because that man is actually my friend. Like we were literally close.
Yes, I've seen some text messages.
We were very close. Like he's like a
Can you hear? That man was actually my friend. Ashana, if you had no plan, you need to retrace your step. And at this time, I think it's too late. But we can never say never, Ashana. Mistakes do happen. You said it. You said we are actually close. It's like my father. So what went wrong, Ashana? Let's continue.
a father to me. You know, that is one thing that the media did not get to know. Is like he was my friend in that marriage. So it was even the one that came to me to tell me that, you know, I'm like, now that I'm pregnant, that we need to get things done. That if I was to be his daughter, he would never allow me to train my child in my husband's.
Can you hear? What did I say now? She said it was Baba that told her that because you are pregnant, we need to do an introduction. And can you see what I want to bring out there? She said Baba don't want Papa Lolo to come to life. And this is the same man you said came to you that because you are pregnant, let's know your family because I don't want you to have this child without knowing your family. And this is the man you claim that he doesn't want that boy to come to life.
Parents' house. I should get a list and send it to him.
So your father-in-law is the one that even
She's lying, no. Baba, she Baba ti o yo lo fe ra nkan ewo. Baba mi e ma binu. She Baba Mohbad ti o yo lo fe ra eru yawo. Baba said, and I quote, Baba said, if I knew it was an engagement, will I not go there with things? Baba said he did not go there with anything. Baba said Ashana had bought things, that Ashana bought the things herself and presented it. Because when Baba got there and they told Baba that Baba, it is an engagement, they changed Baba's cap and Mohbad's gele. Let's just do it. And many parents should listen to me now. If Baba had said no, Mohbad will turn around and say, Baba, you don't want my progress. Mohbad can stop feeding the father because as at then, Baba was still doing carpentry work, but it's not coming in from myself to myself. Let's continue.
Encourage you guys.
That is the funniest thing. Left to me, I won't get married because, you know, I knew my husband loved me and he knows I love him too. So we just want to leave her.
Ashana, I know they want shame you. I know they want shame. Both. Left to me, Ejo, some of us are not opportuned to have a good wedding. When I mean good wedding, some people don't want elaborate wedding. Some people just want mommy moe. I will tell you something for free now. Having an elaborate wedding does not ascertain the wedding is going to last. And does not ascertain that the wedding is going to last or it will last. Yeah? Now, that is not the bone of contention. Ashana said, left to me, I know he loves me and I love him. Ashana, if you love Mohbad, truthfully, I quote, Ashana, if you love Mohbad truthfully, Ashana, won't be able to say, even up till now, Ashana, you will know you lost something. Ashana, Mohbad was replaceable in your life. That is why you can't be perturbed. You are not perturbed. You can't be bothered. Ashana, if you meant every word you said about Mohbad in this video, you don't have to say it. We will say it and we will fight till we drop our last breath for you. Died. You've replaced Mohbad in your heart. Initially, when you started the relationship, fair enough, the love was there. I'm not disputing it. But as times goes on, ọmọ kékeré tó ti abandon láti 6 years old, tó ti ń ta shawarma ní motel, what do you expect? Ojú ẹ̀ ti là sí nǹkan oríṣiríṣi. Àwọn bàbá yín là ń gbé ìtàláwà. Italawa. Make it make sense. What is the meaning of Italawa? And you are claiming you love him. You don't make me fall in love. The bad you go, they say 100%. Ìfẹ́ tó ní sẹ́ni tó kọrin ẹ fún ìwà ń bẹ̀. Baby. Ashana. Maria be like Marita. Faster than the bullets. Banana waste, wanna waste, wanna waste. Where is that coming from, Ashana? Were you not there when they composed? I'll give you an example. There is this lady called Baby of TikTok. I don't know if you have ever come across her. I don't know her. I only knew her when she was talking like a baby on TikTok, and that was it. When I knew her when she came on Lege Miami's platform, and she said she wanted a boyfriend. You know that it was a funny video then. Can you all remember? That was when I knew her. Now, Kid Baby, she's engaged with a guy, Strawberry. I don't know that. I'm not into music like that. Yeah? Now, you will know that girl is into that boy. They are into each other. One. Rí photo content rap. Ẹ lọ wo ọmọ Kid Baby yẹn tó bá ń kọrin ọkọ ẹ̀. Ó mama call with passion. Ó mama call with. Do you know what? I don't know that boy because mo rí gbogbo wọn aṣọ mọ́ta. I started watching that boy because of that girl. Mo ní ru ọmọ wo ni ẹ wo passion tó ní fún iṣẹ́ ọkọ ẹ̀. Kàkà kí Àṣànà ní passion fún iṣẹ́ Mohbad. Passion ló kó ló ń lé kiri. Ẹ lọ wo ọmọ yẹn bó ṣe máa ń kọrin, inú ẹ̀ máa dùn. Inú ẹ̀ máa dùn. Ó máa ṣe passionately ló mú òkè. Passionately, profusely. Ó máa ṣe profusely ni. Ríbi tó ti ṣe nǹkan kan. Mi ríbi tó ti God bless you. Ẹ wà àbúrò mi Kiss Daniel. Olórí burúkú díswèrè náà ló fẹ́ dálé wọn wò. Tó ní ó máa ń ná alálà ńláńlá. Ọmọdé ni gbogbo wọn. Tọ́n bá nọra wọn rí orí ẹ̀ ti pé ń sìn ó ti níbejì. Ìgbà ìmọ̀ ni. Ẹ wo bó ṣe wá jọ ń ṣe ń sìn. Àṣànà. Gbogbo àwọn tá à ń dárúkọ yìí kékeré ló ti ń dóra wọn ló ti ń fẹ́ra wọn. Mi rí nǹkan tó ṣe passionately fún Mohbad láyé ẹ kó tó kú. The only passionate you passionate for Mohbad ni ó lọ pín òbò ẹ sí Lẹ́kì òpin lọ níta lọ́rì. Ó ṣe passionately nìyẹn. Nǹkan tó ṣe profusely nìyẹn. Oh, support the craft Mohbad. Oh, support oríire ẹ. Mohbad ti lóríire. Mohbad ti lówó kó tó dọ̀dọ̀ ẹ.
The audacity, the inaudacity. You know, one can vary this, interview or is it talk show in whatever way we wish to. I mean, she said certain things that I still cannot process it. The part of Mohbad's father trying to steal Liam, take Liam away from her. I still cannot process that part of it. It is not kind of hardening up. No, it's not hardening up. Why? Why? Why will Mohbad's father want to take Liam? Is he kind of like, okay, you know what? Let me take Liam away from her, chase her away, and that's the end of it. I know these things happen. Let us be sincere. If we pretend that these things don't happen, then we are fooling ourselves. Cases like this do come up where there is no marriage of any sort, even though Mohbad's father said there is no marriage, but to an extent, he agreed that he didn't prepare for a marriage, a traditional marriage. But when they got there, introduction became an engagement. Engagement is what they call traditional marriage, whereas you know it is kind of upsetting. It is so upsetting, sort of, kind of like, how how is it how is it that Cynthia kept quiet? I mean, not like she was really quiet, but I mean, back then she only went through a proxy. It's not as if she was quiet. Immediately Mohbad passed away, Cynthia jumped right to the pages of Chisles Lover and Iyabo Ojo. Iyabo Ojo needed Cynthia to pull Naira Marley into the swine pit that Naira Marley created for himself. Naira Marley is not necessarily a saint, but in the world that we are in, there are certain things that you have to be involved in, or you have to, if you wish to. And at some time, at a point in your life, you are compelled to, you are forced to be part of it for you to survive. What am I talking about? Now, we will be fooling ourselves to believe that this world is structured in a way where people are saints. No. Look at the music industry in Nigeria. If you don't belong to one group or the other, you will not survive. All of them, without hiding it, have been seen to publicly associate with one particular group or the other, society, organization, secret cult, whatever. You will see them. And each of these groups, they have their modus of course, it's similar anyway. So when Mohbad became part of the Malian thing, the reason I'm bringing this up is this. Bullying has been part of the talk from the onset. Cynthia emphasized in the second interview when she was asked about it. She said, if Mohbad was not bullied, Mohbad would not have avoided the hospital. I don't know if that is a cogent excuse. I don't know if it's making sense, if it's adding up. Like, the reason Mohbad didn't go to the hospital is because of the NDLEA thing, and then he was afraid for his life, and like, I'm not like getting it. What happened to him in the hospital that he went? Was there some trauma? What happened to him in the hospital? I'm not connecting it together. It's not like making sense. He's afraid of the hospital. What is it that happened in the hospital? Very important. What happened in the hospital that will make Mohbad afraid? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get that part. It's not making sense. Then, two, if Mohbad is afraid, I'm sure that Mohbad would not go to the show in Ikorodu where Cubana chief priest wanted his Ogogoro, or what is it called, to be marketed in Ikorodu, where, those guys, they just look at the target market. They know that reasonable men, reasonable human beings will not consume some some tincture, some kind of things mixed together called alcohol, manpower, man energy, man rubbish. They know, so they take it to those type of areas, rural area. So Mohbad was there to promote this. Like, he just came on board like, okay, anyhow, let me show and do my own thing there. He would have been afraid to go, afraid for his life. Why is the hospital the place? How can it be? Like, I don't still get, my husband didn't allow me give birth in the hospital because he was afraid of the hospital. Like, I don't get it. What does hospital have to do with Malian record or even Sam Larry? or Sam Larry is a medical doctor. That part is not hard enough, because these are some of the things she said, like, my husband is afraid, he didn't like the hospital, I had complication, blah, 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 I did this, I did that. We are not ruling out some of the things that could have happened to our own life, but there are major things that we need to look at right now. The part of what happened. She has accounted, given her own talk of what she claims. She skipped certain things that she knows if any of these things comes to light, things will happen to her too. So she skipped that part. She just wants us to know that there was a fight. And are we going to blame Prime Boy? That's the question now. Are we going to blame Prime Boy for having arguments with his friend? Like, I don't understand. If you and your friend or anyone at all, you're having an argument and the person gets angry, walks off, and the person did not look at the road and they cross over and they get hit by a car, are you the one that caused it? Your argument is the one that caused it. They will hold you responsible and say because you triggered him. Like, I don't get it. I don't get that part of it. So Mohbad could not control his emotion and anger. He went at his friend. Whilst he was trying to punch his friend, according to Cynthia, whilst Mohbad was trying to punch his friend. Now, for you to have your hands injured that way, is it that the person is inside of the car and you try to punch him, you attacked him, and you got yourself injured? That is the story that she gave. So if we had to build up that part of the story that she gave to us, then it means Prime Boy did not fight. She ended up with Adura Darosha chased Prime Boy and he ran away. Now, the story that Prime Boy gave is that Cynthia and Mohbad were the ones having argument and issues. Eventually, they got home. They got home. And Cynthia never said there was any argument, fight inside of the car till they got home. She made it appear like when they got home, Mohbad apologized and they slept. It was she that woke Mohbad up when she realized that Mohbad's hand was swollen. Then they had to kind of find a nurse. Darosha told Mohbad, let's go to the hospital. Prior, Mohbad refused. So they got home. Cynthia is saying because Secretary is now involved, Yabojo, that the bullying, which we are not going to erase, bullying is what made Mohbad live a life of fear. But he was comfortable to go to the show. But he is afraid to go to the hospital. Like all the hospitals, there is a name dropped at the desk. And the name is Ileroluwa Promise Aloba. If he comes, inject him. No, it's not making sense. Unless people just want to go with emotion and they are gullible and they are not smart. Oh, he's afraid of the hospital because he went to the hospital and remember the video where Mohbad said, please, I'm the only one they gave the water to drink. That was the NDLA thing. Please, I don't want to RIP. Hey, okay, I want it now. Give me something now. I want something now. He was not holding on to his head. The part that we heard, he got hit. Is it that he was paranoid because his mind had something, or he's just that kind of person? There are people like that. They go extra, meaning they expand on little things and they are very dramatic. It could be. So he was screaming. He was saying, please. So if you tie everything together, I'm wondering how Mohbad then will be afraid of hospital. She said, Mohbad, Prior to the NDLA thing, any little thing, Mohbad will go to the hospital. But the NDLA thing made him afraid of hospital. Why is he afraid of hospital? I don't get it. What did the hospital do? All of a sudden, all the hospital, things are not adding up. I'm sure you have heard what Bukky Jesse said, some of the points that she raised, and some counter argument on what Cynthia dropped. Cynthia saying she had never been opportune to speak. She has always had opportunity to speak. In fact, she was the first person that started talking. People ran with the narrative of Mohbad's father buried Mohbad hurriedly. Not until BBC came, BBC shed light on it. There are certain utterances that Mohbad's father put out there that people manipulated because they wanted to, such as money. And in conclusion, Cynthia is saying that Mohbad's father is competing with the little boy because Mohbad bought land in Ikorodu, one local area in Ikorodu there. If we are to go by the story of Karimo says she was the person that land was procured for initially. But because the land was not where she wanted, what does that mean? It means the land is in one place where it looks like a forest, bush, and farm. She didn't like it. And they transferred it to Mohbad. Mohbad bought it in, according to them, in the name of the little boy. So which property is Mohbad's father competing with? It is not property. She refused to talk about the music revenue that they suddenly realized. To me, it seems like this thing is like a package. Oh, Mohbad's father called the lawyer and said this and that to the lawyer. Are you trying to use my grandson against me? I want to know what my son has. Like, it's not making sense. What can Mohbad have? I'm not saying land is not something that can appreciate. It can appreciate. But they are more particular about Mohbad's music revenue. That is what they are more particular about. Nothing more, nothing less. After all, they have made it public that Mohbad does not have any house in Lekki. Even if he had bought something, maybe he started with installment or something, but he has not really paid anything per se. That's what we've been told. About the land, about that land is just 0.1% of what Cynthia is targeting. My son. The man said, no, do not publicize the result of the DNA. How can Mohbad's father say that if the public is interested? Although I've heard about this back then from the Apokojaye's group, the Coven women, as they call themselves, women in the Coven. And they have said this back then, that this is what Mohbad's father is saying, that the man does not want the public to know what the result of the DNA is. If the child is for Mohbad or the child is not for Mohbad, they want to keep it secret. Like, it's not making sense. It is not making sense. It's not making sense. How can Mohbad's father was asked about the same thing, and I heard him say, how stupid can he be? He wants to know the paternity of his son, and then the public will also want to know. So how can he now say that the result of the paternity should not be made public? That all of these things are fables. That's what he said. Anyhow, we will not keep our fingers crossed. We have to be active on this one because Chude has been cancelled. I know that Chude is not really that kind of trending podcast, but he has his own fans. He has people who listen to him, who flows with him, and he is always careful whenever he does his podcast. He's not that kind of aggressive interviewer. We were expecting that he was going to ask he makes mistake. That's the point. When Chude, in fact, Chude has been into this long time. I remember when Chude was very young, when Chude was still in, I think, primary school or secondary school. He was on, he had interviewed one of the head of state, I think Obasanjo. So that shows that Chude showed signs of someone that was going to go far in life. Chude was a very small boy then. He did that interviewed, like how they raise up children, like schools encourage children to do these things. He did it back then. He went to study law, and he started this podcast thing with the case of Fatoyimbo, the pastor that Timi Dakolo's wife had accused of transgressing her when she was still underage. The story, this is how Chude became known. Chude became known through this. Chude did the interview, and we saw mistakes. We saw a lot of mistakes. Which is bound to happen. After all, he's not a trained journalist. We saw some of these mistakes. So Chude needs to do more background work. I don't know if it just came like they paid him or it was just an emergency thing. Chude needed more. He needed to have done research, Googled, listened, searched, or maybe just felt, let me just keep myself. Because most of the things that came out of Chude's mouth is Mohbad's father, Mohbad's father, Mohbad's father. Well, maybe that is the direction where his mind went to, but I was expecting better. Being that he's a lawyer, I don't know, maybe he's a company lawyer. So maybe but still, it doesn't matter what kind of law you read or the legal, department you are focusing upon. I felt somehow he should have asked the right question. Maybe he did it intentionally. He did, because it's not like he wasn't asking questions. He was just asking questions that he wanted to ask. It's okay. It is his platform. And what are your thoughts? Drop your comments. See you in the next update.